Hey, Bean, would you say big business?
It's big business, baby. Just
Tell
like
him. Go ahead. Tell him. Hey, tell him. Listen. Tell him. Hey, go ahead, Mean.
Peace and love. Everybody out there. Welcome to the podcast. This is your man, Dale, live and direct from the DMV, PG County to be exact, Bowie, by way of Gary, Indiana. You know what it is. It's your man, the Deuce Tail from Triumph, if we talking in terms of the brotherhood, the good guys, Triumph. Shout out to my Sands, baby. But we here. Second episode of the podcast, man. I'm excited to talk to these guys. Bomb episode, last episode, man. I'm interested to see where we go on this one, man. If it's anything like the first one, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen this time. I'm back full effect. I got the GOAT behind me. I got my glass of wine here. Let's go.
Number 2, Mylo H back in it. Keep it short and simple. Ready.
Yeah, it's your boy Jay Fears, you know what I'm saying? Coming off the fresh victory. We stay undefeated just like me. You know, repping the 614. You know, I'm going through struggles, but I'm here, baby. I'm ready. You know, I'm ready to chop it up with my guys, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep me going, man. This is fun. This is life. I love it. You know, some true friends, some true brothers, man. And I'm ready to chop it up, man, and see what we're talking about today and discuss this crazy world we live in.
It's Manasseh repping that 330. You already know. Youngstown, Ohio, by way of that South Beach, Miami. We around here trying to just make a little life happen. Here with my boys, repping that Knights over Egypt, spring 94, 96, spring 96. Me and my Sands and a couple other guys did that thing, and I appreciate them dudes. I'm glad to be here with my fellas, man.
It's your boy Mean in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Representing Chi-Town Southside 87's finest. Twitter hashtag Cole Avalon Thule. That's what we do. I'm just here to, fellowship with the brothers, man. Had a good week, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. Dale drunk all my liquor on Friday, but it's all good. Welcome to the world, like my man OJ say. Welcome to the verse.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Geno Brooks. I'm in the building. And yeah, man. Welcome to the episode 2, man. And I'm glad to be here with you fellas. I look forward to this. And especially after seeing our last work, man, I'm ready to get into these topics.
And stick to the agenda. First topic, we're going to have the Miss Black and Gold segment. Miss Black and Gold segment, I guess we're going to highlight women. I'm not sure if this is going to be something for women individually, or we just going to just talk women in general. But per somebody's recommendation, let's just get right to it, man. Let's get this thing off right.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it off right. Let's get it out there. I don't know no easier or better way to transition to it.
If you're talking about women, D, you already know.
Talking about, man. First, let's just set the record straight, man. We are, this is a platform of grown men, grown ass men who value, who respect, who appreciate the lovely, beautiful Black women in our lives. But let's appreciate them in this way. Let's talk about, do you like it or do you prefer for your women to be bald or bushy? No easy transition.
No easy transition. Bald or bushy, bitch. What you want?
Hold on, man. Did I not get the agenda or something?
Yeah,
that's what you ain't hear what I said. The
last second addendum, baby.
Last
hey,
second
we passed it down. We passed it down. If you ain't
sure
get it,
did.
it's on you. You better get in the cut.
You ain't pay attention, nigga. That's what they said.
Man, we just went straight to the Muncho.
I said it wasn't it's no easy transition, man.
Hey,
so let's get
I'll be the first
to comment.
I'll be the first to answer that. Hey, listen here, man. One thing that I can tell you about your boy is that I enjoy women, period. And however they come, as long as they clean, I am for whatever you doing with your bush or with your bear. Now, I will say, I mean, I've had both, and that bare naked will give you some that bare naked will give you some good feelings, and it gives that smoothness, that silky smoothness that it provides is an amazing feeling against the skin. But however you bringing it, as long as it's clean, baby girl, I got you.
No.
How did we get here? Hold on. How did we get here? How did we get here? Like,
I don't know where this came from, but I like this topic. But let me chime in second. I'm sorry. I got to go baldy, baby. I got to go bald or close to the skin, you know, because but you know, real talk, it's a hygiene thing for me. And it's if you got hair down there, that means you have a better chance of perspiring, which means you have a better chance of having, not saying it's a bad odor or anything, but it's just an odor. You know what I'm saying? I man,
You ain't
it's funny.
turning
Me and
that
my
down.
wife,
You ain't turning.
Hey, go in,
me and my wife, we had a discussion all the time, man.
Hold him back, Frizz. Go in, bro. Go in, man.
Listen, me and my wife, we had this discussion all the time, man. It's like you got a nothing smell where you don't smell like nothing down there. You have some women, it smell like pussy. You know, it's not a bad smell, it just smells like pussy. You know what I'm saying? Then some chicks have like just an odor. You know what I'm saying? You need to have nothing, at most just that pussy smell. And I feel like if you bald, you lessen all of that to happen. And I mean, it's clean, I can get right to it. I got a beard, you know what I'm saying? Too much bush, we're gonna be in the jungle in that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be shit everywhere. So I need to have you bald and clean and pure and fresh and just clean as whistle. And because the thing is with me, if you coming with the baldy, I'm gonna go in more, and that's gonna benefit you, which is gonna benefit me. You feel me? So
I just want to.
Baldy.
He just made a great point, man. That nigga said he got a face full of hair. If she got a face full of hair, motherfuckers gonna be down there starting fires. You hear me? So somebody need to shave some.
how did we get here?
You still asking the question. You ain't taking the steps though. You better get the answer, blood.
Straight to the snatch, huh?
Man. Hey, baldy for your boy, man. I mean, I'm with Lo. I mean, we here. I don't know how we got here.
If hers get a little grown, you ain't touching it. It got to be cut.
Oh, no. We talking preferences, okay? My preferences for this thing. If we talking preferences. Ooh, okay.
You not touching it, Jay? Jay, you not touching?
Oh no, you ain't touching
it. If you got bush, I'll put it like this: you not getting none of this. You gonna get some pipe, but that's it. You're not gonna get no face.
I wish I could put the emoji face
nothing.
for like.
Right.
I'm funny like that though. No face if you got a bush. I'm good.
Hey, no face.
I ain't trying to go through the weeds to get what I need. You know what I'm saying?
We get here. I gotta check my messages or something. How do we get here? I'm totally lost. My whole I thought we had to like go. Listen.
You need an answer, Lo.
Listen.
Oh shit.
Let me chime in, man.
Hold on, listen. I'm say this. What did Lil Wayne say? I only go down if you keep that grass cut. I mean,
right.
Facts.
Wow. That's all I got for you.
Hold on. So that's
talking.
one. That's two. That's a maybe. I mean, by you saying facts, Pops.
I'm going straight. I'm bruh, no matter what, as long as it's clean, I'm going. I'm jungle boogie. We jungle boogie down here.
You show your age with that.
Hey man, look. I listen to Old Dirty Bastard. You know what I'm saying? Some old and dirty, baby. I don't care, man. I don't even know why y'all discussing this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
let me chime in.
Look. Listen. I ain't looking for no Afro pick down there with the fist. But you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, After them clickers, you know, let's spell clicker. CLIQUOR, clicker, right? That's click of the glass and the liquor that's in my drink. After about 4 or 5 of them things, who cares? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares? But go ahead, G.
Hey man, listen.
That's what's trying up. My bad.
It sounds like on the preference side, it sounds like a couple brothers that dive in just because. But on the preference side, bro, I'm solo dolo. Bro, give me the Pam Grier all day, bro.
No, this is not the 70s.
Hey,
boy,
you prefer the bush. You want the bush.
I want more power to the people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't ready for no situation like that where I smell nothing crazy, so I'm good. Bush.
It's all about the mood. It's all about the mood, though.
nah.
Real talk.
Listen, I'm that guy. I'll be honest. It's sexy to me seeing like the bush stick out from the side on a little bit of the
Oh no. Oh no.
Like,
Okay, hold on.
Ain't no. Listen, hold on. Let me finish. Put that whole muff on my face, bro. That's how I feel.
No.
Hey.
You gotta at least have a Brazilian. You gotta at least have a Brazilian cut.
Nigga, you don't even like that shit line. Like,
let me tell you why though.
Y'all sick. Y'all crazy.
Hey man,
let me say something.
He want that. He want to be like,
for the 5 clickers. For the 5 clickers. 85 Bears.
Give me the Angela Davis. Give me the Pam Grier. I'm with it. Give me the
G's
Thelma.
last point.
Give me the Thelma.
85 Bears.
Dog,
Give me the
when
Thelma.
I'm getting ready to dive in, nigga, the last thing I'm thinking about is some fucking kids, nigga. I'm trying to get focused. I'm trying to move that meter, that skin around. I'm trying to get up in there. So I ain't thinking about no age or nothing, baby. I'm with a grown-ass woman. Let's get to it.
Yeah, man.
See, you got
plus,
all
I'm gonna be honest, man. I want to see that. I want to see that girl. I got to see that girl in her complete fullness. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta push through brush and get through brush, I can't see that girl. I need to see that girl.
You right.
Hey, I call that
a point.
I call that a safari, bro. I'm looking forward to it.
Man, it's gonna be hella edits to this motherfucker.
Geno got the treasure map and everything. He ready to
listen. I wasn't even drinking tonight. Like, I'm drinking water. I wasn't ready for this shit. Like,
we better check the messages.
So look, out of six of us, we got 4 that's saying Baldy, and we got 3. We got 3 people saying Baldy, 2 people's or whatever, and then just me. I prefer the Bush, right?
I'll take the Bush. But
let's move on. I'm gonna be terrible with transitions, but I got an excellent transition right here.
Go ahead.
Since we're talking about Bush, let's move on to Afro Man. All right, let's talk about
not the same kind of Bush. Dang. Wah.
Yeah,
I told you I'm terrible with the transition.
Bro.
What's Afro Man?
So,
yep,
yeah, this is pyramid news. Pyramid news. So, for those that don't know, if you've been under a fucking rock, Kaepernick been protesting. He's been out of the league for the past 3 years. He had a what was supposed to be a private workout last week. It was supposed to be an NFL facility. Things went wrong. And I can't speak for everybody else, but I personally had my own view at that time with the information that I had. But since more information has came out recently about the terms of the waiver that had to be signed and everything that went into him deciding to change the facilities and not really, participate the way that they wanted to see what everybody's take was. Did your views change? Did your views stay the same? Where we at? I'm gonna let Fees go first since he was ready to chime in. So let's go, brother.
All right. Well, before I give my own opinion and thoughts on it. You know, I work at a casino, so I run across a lot of different types of customers and people of all walks of life. So talking to one of my coworkers, a craps dealer, white guy, probably about in his 50s, late 40s, 50s, you know, and he was just like, man, he was like, Cap ain't never get into the league. He was like, he came in, this a white guy, came in with the afro. He was like, man, he shouldn't have did that. He was like, that's too much. And I almost got offended a little bit. I still did, but I wanted to allow him to explain like what he meant. He was like, man, he should have cleaned it up, you know, came with the braids, you know, and I was basically like, so he came in too black. And he was just like, no disrespect, Jason, but yeah, he did. He came in too black, and the league ain't ready for that. And I respected that because I feel like that's what Stephen A was talking about on his show about how Cap came in too black, you know, with the afro, the Kunta Kinte shirt, you know, and he was coming in there trying to get a job. And if all of you came in and trying to get a job, how would you come? So it was just interesting that he said that. So me personally, I do think Cap, not necessarily with the afro and with the Kunta Kinte shirt, but I feel like, dude, you was trying to get into the league. You kind of got to play the part. I felt like he could have played the part long enough before he got into the league and still came in after he got his job and got his gig on whatever team that was going to sign him. And then he could have continued what he was going to do. But I felt like he was trying to, for lack of a better word, you know, just press and poke and prod at the league too much early on before you got the gig. You know, I don't have a lot of information on the waiver. I heard it was a bunch of bullshit, but I kind of respect that the fact that I see why he did change the venue, and I understand that. But I feel like, you know, you got to play the part or play the role for a little bit if you're trying to get a gig and get in, then you can kind of do what you want after the fact. So I don't know. That was from a white guy's perspective, and, you know, basically saying that he came in too black and the league wasn't ready for it.
So you agree with the white man?
Not all the way. I think that it made me feel like what Lo always be saying, like, what is he trying to do? You know what I mean? Are you trying to really get back into the league? Because if you was trying to really get back into the league, then yeah, I think you could have toned it down a little bit. Just waited. You could have did all of that, but just wait. Get inside the league first and then do what you got to do. But come on,
which makes me believe that he really wasn't really trying to get in.
Come on, man, they're not gonna bring you in on that. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't been playing for 3 years, bro. You ain't played for 3 years, and you
3 years.
God, that every day of your life for them 3 years, you've been preparing to try to get back into the league. Now, granted, again, like everybody has already admitted, like this is not the perfect storm. This is not like the most ideal scenario. But if you need a job, and you don't have a job, and then a person calls you and be like, leave you a message like, hey, Mr. Fears, we got a job opening. We're thinking about, you know, giving you an interview. You need to meet me right now in the next 20 minutes downtown with a black suit on, all black everything. Don't be late. You can go or not. You could be like, man, you ain't gave me no time. That ain't no time for me to, you can say that. But the reality is, if you want that job, nigga, you gotta go. You gotta go. And you gotta toe the line until you get the job. And then you got some space to do so.
Here's my thing. Just like I said, like Fee said, it's been confusing from day one, or whatever Kyle's trying to prove or anything like that. But have you guys thought about the fact that, you know, if Colin was a linebacker, a defensive end, or something like that, you know, these antics probably could go on. But we try to come in being a quarterback, you know, they're held on different pedestals. And, like, you might not be the face of the franchise, but, you know, quarterback is pretty much, you know, the face. And the leagues try to give you a shot, and this is what you do. I just don't understand. So many questions, unanswered questions that Colin really needs to answer about, really, like, what's the end game? What does he want to do? and stick to that, because all that Kunta Kinte and move facilities. I get the waiver, all that stuff. I mean, that's fine, but when they're trying to give you an interview, kind of seat at the table, I mean, you got to play by their rules. I mean, that's what it is.
Like I was saying, like, it's been more information that's come out since last weekend, and from what I've read and what I've heard, the details go like this: the NFL presented him with the idea of this workout, because to me, I think that's like the biggest question about all of this shit, right? Like, why now? Why period? You know what I'm saying? He's been trying to get in the league for over 3 years, and then just like at some random time out of the blue, you got him trying. You present him with this opportunity to finally work out when he could work out with anybody at any time throughout these past 3 years.
Yeah, but
so
it was
that's one thing.
It was that second lawsuit, though, Dale. That second lawsuit that he had pending that he could have still went forward with.
Okay,
they had a timetable that they had to do something before that happened.
So that's what. So that's good information. I didn't know that, but that even makes my point even more. What I'm trying to get at, because the details were, I think the league reached out to him like on a Tuesday. They reached out to him on a Tuesday at like 11 o'clock, saying like, "Boom, we got this workout we trying to do with you." Out of nowhere, it was like his team was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, huh?" And then they said, "You got by." They reached out Tuesday at 11 o'clock, and they said, "You got by 1 o'clock to accept this invitation." Quite naturally, he's just like, "Well, shit, I need lawyers, I need this, and that." We about to hang up, G. But yeah, so he basically had like a hard deadline in a short amount of time to make a decision. All right, and then on top of that, then he got the waiver. According to what I've read, the waiver was going to have him sign away his human rights. It was supposed to be like a standard waiver, just like, hey, make sure you don't hurt yourself, yada, yada, yada. But now with the human rights aspect being a factor in the waiver now, that would keep him from being able to sue them for collusion or whatever, his negligence, whatever it is, in the future.
Hey Dale, another point is too, the reason why they wanted to be private and closed is because they would have had their evaluators evaluating his performance, right? So they would have controlled the narrative too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why he wanted his own people there to record this shit, because the thing is, the relationship is broken. He doesn't trust them.
Here's the thing though, in all aspects of life, bro, none of this shit is ever fair. Right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're given an opportunity by a company to be hired by them, it is never on your terms.
Hold on, but listen to this.
It's on their terms.
No. Listen to this.
If you want to play.
Because, but listen to this though, because I think they set it up for him to not even be able to accept it in the first place. Because if he doesn't accept it, then that they want him to be over and done with, right? Because he don't have a case with them if he's just like, fuck that shit. Because all they can say is, hey, we get, you know what I'm saying? Because all they can say is like, hey, we gave this guy a chance. He shot it down. He's not trying to play. I kind of see where he's coming from. And then
did y'all see the interview? Did y'all see the interview on First Take where they had Hugh Jackson on there?
Exactly.
Okay.
I was about to say that. Exactly.
Hugh Jackson said those people that were there were genuinely interested in seeing this dude. He had 26 teams out of 32 there that were genuinely interested in seeing this dude, seeing what he could do.
I put it to you like this. Fees. That's fine that everybody was there and everybody was willing to give him a chance. But the simple fact that they basically said like this. They said like he didn't read those terms of that waiver and say, nah, I'm not going. His lawyers read that shit and be like, dude, don't do this.
It don't matter if he read it or not. Because his representative.
No. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like this. So if your representatives say like, yo, this shit is like if a doctor agrees to these terms, then like he's gonna get sued for malpractice. He was like, that's how fucked up the terms of this waiver is. So I mean, I just feel like it was a lot deeper. It's not as open and shut and black and white as we originally thought. I mean, I think that it's and maybe it's just me, but I think it's clear as day that the NFL is up to some funny shit. You know what I'm saying?
They
and
are.
and I think and I didn't realize this too. You know, like the settlement money that Kaepernick got for the first case that he had against the league wasn't for like a big time settlement. It was really just back pay for the time that he was out the league for up until that time. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't give him like a complete settlement, like lifetime level type settlement that I was under the impression for. Because if they did that for him, then they pretty much admit to blackballing. You know what I'm saying? But they're just blackballing him. They paid him for allegedly blackballing him during that time. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like them pulling these tactics that they pulled recently was because they know that they know that he can pretty much be hitting their ass up for a check every rip. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll this is the last I'll say on this, because I know I was like heavy on that campaign, like Cap speak up, Cap speak up, Cap speak up. Although I feel like that he should for the greater cause, but at the same time, if he does speak up now, knowing what I know now, then he can fuck up everything that he can potentially get from them by suing them in the future. So,
Bro, why we always got to go through this, Dale? Why me and you got to go through this all the time?
G,
This
this ain't what you were saying. You were saying that you wanted him to play.
Why he not speaking up? I'm telling you, shut up, because him talking about he needs to be quiet so he can protect the bag of any interest that he's trying to get back in the league. If it was all that he did, you know what I'm saying, black power this, black power that, which is dope, right? Two different things. It's his cause and him playing for the NFL, referring to the NFL part of it, not the cause. All right, let me be clear. So if it's about him not being able to play, but he can't speak up on his cause, which is a part of the reason because he's so outspoken that they don't want him and all the distractions to come along with it, right? Then shut the fuck up. You kept asking him to come on and talk and speak to the cause. Why he got to do that? Why?
Look, I say that if he's not going to play, if he's not going to play and he's not trying to pursue any money, because that's what was missing from this whole equation for me. I didn't know that he had got back pay up until that point, and that he can continue to sue them for back pay. Of course, if he gonna say that he gonna fuck up his money, then don't do that. But I'm saying, like, yo, if you know that you're not going to play, you know that you still gonna be opinionated, you're gonna be far left or whatever, and you know that they not gonna accept this, then fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Be for the people. Let's really be about a protest.
Played for 3 years. He's not going to play.
But he's going. But you missed the point that I was saying earlier, Naz. I didn't realize that you had stepped away. But the point that I had made earlier is that when he first sued the NFL, he didn't sue him for like a big payday to cover like all of his life, like a lifetime payment.
Bro. We got to move on.
I know, but don't you think that that's different if he sued them for back pay and now he can continue to sue them for back pay?
Well,
then he can't say if he speaks up, then he's never gonna he gonna fuck up that bag for the rest of his life.
My thing is this: forget the pay. Hold on, forget the pay. This is my opinion. I would have liked for him to play the role, get in the league. Like Lo said, you're a quarterback. You're going to be a face. The quarterback is the most influential and most noticeable and recognizable position in any sport. Any sport. You would have had a monster platform once you got in the league. Then on press conferences after the game, they would have been on you. You could have sprinkled stuff like this. They would have been looking for you. You know what I'm saying? But now you shut out. Now you're going to be forgotten. That's what the league wanted. You should have played the role until you got in the league, man. Then when you got in the league.
And or speak up and say something that makes us not believe this narrative. But the narrative that's out is the narrative that's real. And that is you messed up your bag. You messed up your bag. Everybody
I don't think
for you.
I don't feel like he messed up his bag because he's gonna be able to get money.
Caveat. He already got the bag from Nike, so he got bag, y'all.
Yeah,
Nike
listen.
paid it.
No, but he's gonna be getting money. He's getting money from the NFL.
We're talking about him playing though.
He's getting money.
It don't matter. He got a $40 million bag from Nike. Period. So that's the bag.
Fine. But listen.
That's the bag. Nike give me $40 million right now. I do the fuck I want to. You did.
So then why? Then walk away. Why you still want to get in? What you still want to play for?
Because it's the objective.
We're talking about playing though.
But no, listen.
I'm not talking about playing.
Listen, y'all. Me and Dale ain't talking about playing. It's about the movement. It's about what his principle is about this whole movement. I fault him for not defying what he really wants to do, because it's like, is the movement about shining a light on injustice, or is the movement about you not playing? So he has not clearly defined that. But the bag. But
what injustice?
The whole
justice on black people.
What I'm saying is, we ain't even talking about them no more. I mean,
well, thanks to your boy Jay though. Talking about we moved on from kneeling. No, we ain't moved on from that shit. In my opinion.
Hell no, we moved on from. That's what I'm saying. So this whole, I call him in Colin now. That's what I call him. Y'all can call him Cappy. I want to. I love what he's done for the people. You know what he still continues to do, but dude is confusing, man. Like that's just
he is. I agree.
Dude is just confusing. Because I mean, I don't know. I'm so lost. And he has to come out and say like exactly what he wants to do or what he doesn't want to do. Give up football and just be for the people. I mean,
if he shows his hand, then that means that there's no more. There's no case.
He's already showed his hand though, because the dude has been out of the game for 3 years, but he keep wanting to get back into. Hold on, he wants to get back into a organization that has already acknowledged that they blackballed him. Like you have been blackballed,
I don't feel like,
bro.
to be honest, I don't feel like he wants. I really don't feel like he wants to be back in the league no more. I feel like he's putting on the front as though he wants to.
Then you
but he has to
time.
do this.
Exactly. That's corny.
But he's doing it,
and we need to move on.
That's corny.
But he's doing. It is, but
we need to move on from him too.
But I think what he's getting. Mm-hmm. I think what he's gaining by continuing to act as though he's trying to get back into the league is that he's exposing the NFL. He's showing how fucked up they really is and what levels they gonna go to misuse him.
Hey man,
what are most people saying? They saying most people that's out in the world are talking about they're praying and hoping that this man gets a job, bro. So if he out here not wanting really a job and everybody want to see him back in the leave, I think that's the basic. You know what I'm saying? What people want. They want him to be done right by and have him to full circle to get back in the league and show what he can do. That's what the majority of novice people on this whole subject want. So if he pump faking like that, bro, then it's corny.
Then fuck Cap. That's what I'm like. Move on, you ain't in the league. You ain't playing. I see you on another something.
His name's Colin.
So next, too cool. Hey, so y'all next. Hey, look. So next in Pyramid News, since we talking about the NFL,
right?
Dale, you can go ahead and kick it off. What teams stand out to you for week 12?
Ooh. Shit. Week 12.
Patriots.
There's only one team.
It's just
they look shitty.
I keep telling y'all, man.
Patriots look shitty.
I mean,
they did look shitty.
Yeah, they the shitty one team I've never seen in my life.
I think the division to watch, man, is this NFC West. So like the Niners, the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's what we need to be keeping an eye on, because like Naz was just saying in the text, like the Niners might be official, man. I'm glad they beating up on the punk ass Packers. So Yeah. So they
I'm
look.
gonna say something.
Jimmy G look official.
I'm gonna say something sacrilegious though. My dad put me onto the Lamar Train, man. I might have to roll with Baltimore, man. The Ratbirds look good, Lo. Yeah, I know you don't like them, but the Ratbirds, man. The Ratbirds look
Ravens
good,
stay legit.
They look
stay
head
legit.
and
The
shoulders
Ravens
better
legit,
than
bruh.
everybody.
They
dog.
defense, they got Lamar. And look, one thing Baltimore did like other franchises don't do, they tailor everything around
Lamar.
Everything. Defense, they offense. Man, look, that game last week, Lamar put a show on. And he gonna put a show on tomorrow.
Let me tell you guys the difference between Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick.
Come on, bro.
There is a difference.
I love Mike Vick, but go ahead.
Okay? The difference is Michael Vick dropped back as a passer. The play broke down and he scrambled.
Correct.
Lamar doesn't do that. They design plays for him to run the ball.
Yes.
Baltimore and John Harbaugh have gone all in on him.
Yep.
Look at their sets.
Yep.
Look at the way they line up, dog. They look like a college team, dude.
They did Houston last week too.
And the league is not ready for it.
Let me ask y'all this.
Hold on, Dale. All that's fine and dandy, but January is all about Fox-borough, man. Them dudes gonna get a bye, gonna get a home game, be right back in the shits. I mean, it's too easy.
I don't know, man. Hey, look,
Baltimore owns the tiebreaker. Baltimore owns the tiebreaker.
Look, Baltimore got the defense to go into Fox-borough and put in work.
They own the tiebreaker. The Super Bowl is going through Baltimore.
It is right, Jason. Right.
That's fine. That's fine.
So let me.
What we need to be talking about. What we need to be talking about is this tanking in the NFL is a real thing now. I'm telling you now.
Bungles.
Say something, Lo.
Bungles.
Back.
Not just the Bengals.
The backhead Bengals.
Not just the Bengals.
Hey,
the Bengals. The Dolphins. The Giants. The Redskins are all tanking. Trust me.
The Redskins won today.
Real fast though.
They didn't want to.
Go ahead, G. The
official part. The first time we got on here, it probably won't ever be seen, and it won't ever be seen as in the
Thank
totality.
God.
But we made predictions.
Shit.
Oh yeah, Lo, get him, G. Get him, G.
So I just get him, G. Who's closest to their predictions for their season? Then you know what I'm saying. Y'all want to go back and if y'all want to talk about it.
Do you remember?
Lo, what you say?
I said, what did I say, 9-7?
You did say 9-7. I thought you was gonna say something a little lower. You did say 9.
Yeah, I said 9-7.
Yeah.
I did.
And,
so hold on. What was Chicago's record? Hold on now.
No.
I had 10-6.
I had
Chicago
10-6.
might be the most
damn right you did.
team in the league. Y'all might be the most disappointing team in the league, man.
It's all good.
No, we ain't the most disappointing.
There's
the reason why you guys had the most expectations of anybody in the league, man.
Bullshit. No. That's fucking bullshit.
Dale, y'all was over here blowing
Mitchell
Trubisky on your knees.
Y'all not gonna tell me that the Browns ain't have more expectations than the Bears this year?
Y'all was 12-4 last year.
The Browns had all fucking nigga between Beckham. Thank you. Quit playing.
Man, nobody expected the Browns to be good. Nobody expected them.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
hype for the Browns.
It was hype. They was hype, but people expected y'all to be good.
Sorry, Fee. Started out strong.
Okay, y'all. Hey, ho. I hate to say it. We got to transition to the NBA though. So I hate to say it, and I was in LA last week, and I wish I could have caught a game. I did catch the Clippers game.
You hear what he said?
No, I look. I went to the Clippers
See that,
game.
Lo?
But
big turn.
I ain't gonna
Here away.
I mean the Lakers right now, they well-oiled machine, and the Clippers are strong too. I'm gonna say Boston, and who's the other team that's fighting for the best record right now? Lakers, Boston, Clippers. There's somebody else I seen that was all right. But right now, I ain't gonna front. Your boy LeBron got a little pep in his step right now. And he already know if he don't get this joint this year without no Golden State type team, his shit is over with, like Dale said. So if he don't get this shit this year, dog, I'm telling you. And look, they got to run the table. Because, I mean, I know it's early in the season. What they like, 13-2? LeBron Smart, he trying to get about 30, 40 wins early. Whatever. He trying to get all the wins early so he can rest around All-Star break. And I get it. But the West is sneaky, though. I'm trying to tell y'all. The Lakers done jumped out, but I think it's a lot of teams in the West playing possum right now. I'm being 100. The East, it ain't number 2 teams. It's Milwaukee and Boston. Everybody else is trash. Miami not for real. I mean, they like 12-3, but they not real. Really? I don't believe in Philly. I mean, Philly, I don't like Embiid, and I know Geno may not like that. I don't like Embiid at all.
Who might not like that?
Oh, okay, so you don't like Embiid.
I hate Embiid, bro.
But overall, the close, so y'all can chime in. I just
Why
think
y'all hate Embiid? Whoa. What he do to y'all?
No. Embiid, for me, he a character, man. He be trying to fake bully cats, and he's not a tough guy. He's not a tough guy.
There you go.
Ain't none of these NBA
he
cats
ain't built
tough
for that.
It's very many of these.
Embiid from Africa, bro.
Yeah, but that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing, though. He fake tough, though. He fake tough, dog. Trust me.
I don't know too many.
Marquise Morris told that nigga, hey, Marquise Morris told that nigga tonight, hey, he said, I'll knock your big ass out. That nigga was walking back, too. Look at the highlight.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe Marquise. Yep.
Yeah, Marquise will fuck that nigga up. That nigga from Philly, too.
Speaking of Philly, what you think about your boy hitting his first 3-pointer?
You talking about terrible ass Ben Simmons?
I think he needs to keep working on that.
Yeah, that shit look wet, though.
That one,
come on,
that
G,
one in
stop
3
playing.
years. that one 3.
Playing, son.
That man was Philly
gonna be there though. Philly gonna be there.
Big got some gold, man.
I don't believe in Philly, Fears.
Philly gonna be there, man.
No, they not.
Be there.
No, they not.
Whether y'all like it or not,
they're gonna be in the East. He's right. They're gonna be in the East.
They're gonna be there,
but they're not gonna.
I'll put my money on Milwaukee.
God, I was on mute the whole time. Hold on, man. Real quick. God damn.
Stop holding your mouth.
This is our first. My
Pause.
bad. My first. This is. Let's do a round table real quick because this is our first time talking about the NBA since the NBA started. So we don't have picks. We don't have our dark horse. We didn't do none of that this year for the season. So round table. We're gonna start off with me. Who you got coming out of the East, coming out of the West? Who gonna win it, and who is a sleeper we need to be looking out for?
I got Clippers in Milwaukee. You heard that, Lo. Clippers in Milwaukee.
Who your sleeper? Who your dark horse?
The sleeper, I got a sleeper team probably in the West. I'm going to say either Utah, and I mean, I know they got components because they got Mike Conley in them, but I think coming down the stretch, I think Utah defensively, they'll be straight. Anybody else?
Can I go next?
Go ahead.
So, of course, I got the Lakers coming out the West. And I think, honestly, it's going to be between, I don't know who yet, but it's going to be come down to Boston and Philly out the East. And my sleeper team that's going to make a little bit of noise, that's going to spoil a lot of cats' plans and futures. I'm not saying they're going to do nothing. Dallas.
That's what I was going with.
I was going to say that.
I was going with them. I was going with them. Sleeper.
They got and I'm not even talking about Luka and Porzingis. They got a lot of other dudes on their team that's balling, man. And they're going to wreck shop in the West as far as people assuming they're going to be somewhere, and then they're going to run up against Dallas, and next thing you know, they're going to be in Game 7. And that's what's going to happen.
I don't believe in Porzingis.
All right, so I'm gonna go with give me the Lakers out of the West, and I'm gonna go with Boston if they're healthy. But my sleeper is the Miami Heat. These cats out here balling for real. Like they getting it in a little bit though. Like great defense. These cats is getting buckets. Like my sleeper is I'm looking at that coming out of the East to interrupt some cats' desires out here.
You local, nigga. You local.
You're a local.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you're a local. You're local. Cuz.
East is weak, man. You got everybody. We got a lot of teams that's gonna have to make it in the East. The West is stacked. You name cats. You ain't even say nothing about Denver. Denver's tough. These cats gonna be, battling cats. The Suns is beating up
That's
on
a good
cats a lot.
sleeper.
Like these cats is out here in the West, they tough, man. But the East is weak. So you got the Heat. You ain't saying nothing. You got Boston. You still got Milwaukee. You got
That's
know.
it. That's it.
That's
That's
it,
it.
right.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
G don't want to hear that, but that's it.
That's about it.
But I got sorry, Laker fans, but I got the Clippers taking it. I got the Clippers and the Clippers in Boston, man. I don't have no faith in Milwaukee, to be honest. And I'm taking the Clippers over the Lakers specifically because this is a good run that they got. But the regular season, as y'all know, ain't shit. It's all about that postseason. And I don't feel like the Lakers have the same depth that the Clippers got. So
Lou, sweet
Clippers,
Lou.
sweet motherfucking Lou.
Sweet Lou.
Sweet Lou coming off
I
the
seen
bench.
it in person.
He keeps 2 chicks on his arm, boy.
Keep
That boy
2
Sweet
chicks.
Lou.
That nigga coming off the bench giving you 18, like easy.
Yes, sir.
So,
23.
But my sleeper, although I don't feel like I have no confidence that they're gonna go far, my sleeper is Houston because James Harden playing out his mind, dog. That nigga averaging 39 points. That shit don't hold up in the postseason.
Like a beach chair.
Because he
folds like a beach chair.
But I mean, I'm just saying they got some they got like that motherfucker he doing what he do, man. So I'm riding with them for my dark horse.
Well, on my end, I picked the Clippers before the season started. I said
yes.
Out of the West, and then out of the East, I said Philly. I might want to change that up after seeing Boston and the Clippers play the other night. I saw that game. That was a classic.
Yes.
I think if Kemba could stay healthy, I think it'd be Boston in 7 against Philly. And yeah. So I think Boston and Philly, and then Boston to come out and they'll play the Clippers as well. But
and getting Hayward back. Like,
and they get,
you know what I'm saying? They got 2, you know what I'm saying? Like major injuries. Like this.
He not coming back?
No, I mean he should be back.
Oh, yeah.
By that time.
Yeah, I'm thinking about playoffs. I mean, they on a nice little run without him, and they look good. The great thing is what I saw the other night is Tatum put on muscle, bro.
Man,
yeah,
that dude,
he a big dude.
He a fucking dog, dog.
Pause.
He a fucking dog.
He a big dude.
And he was so like, bruh.
The nigga jumper was wet.
Hey, dog. Hey, smooth with it though.
He been working out with the second greatest player of all time, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yep.
That's
why.
I
think.
But shit, they said that Gordon Hayward was they said Gordon Hayward was the best player on Boston before he got hurt.
I mean, look, man. You know, it's cool because he's the oldest. You know, he got the most, probably the most experience. But when you put that ball in Tatum's hand, bro, at the end of the game.
Yeah, I believe that.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say something. Everybody that worked out with Kobe this summer, they balling.
Who else worked out with him?
Yeah,
it was I think PG already worked out with him. It was Tatum.
I thought so. Trey Young. Trey
Young. I think it was Devin Booker.
Song.
It was a whole bunch of
Trey Young out here. Trey Young out here on some old PS4. This guy, he shooting some craziness.
I got young Steph. So I got, like I said, I got the Clippers in the close 7 series against the Lakers, and I got a close 7 with Boston coming out, and then my sleeper coming out of the West. Which really ain't no sleeper, but I'm gonna agree with Dale, and I feel like the difference is Westbrook can do something in the playoffs, and he's
y'all fucking with Goldbrook.
Fucking
with Goldbrook.
Here's what I'm saying. I think they got something that they can upset somebody, and if they can upset one of them too, then the other one can go ahead and ride the hell out. And that's
so what y'all think about this narrative? What y'all think about this narrative though about how they talking about how like the Lakers and and the Clippers might not even see each other in like the Western Conference Finals because
Oh,
of
they
trying
to
player
receive
management
shit.
type stuff. These
Yeah,
cats is
yeah.
not caring about the regular season like that as
Right.
much as they used to. They're
Why
not
won't
going
they?
hard every game.
But
Look,
hold on,
that's
hold
what I
on,
said
man.
earlier.
Hold on. First off, I'm gonna get what I gotta say off real quick. Then we can go to that.
We know what the fuck you gonna
Listen,
say.
Here we go.
Y'all is not gonna let these people out down the hall, the Clippers, all them. This man, LeBron James, did less with so much, did less
Here we go.
by himself. Now this man actually has a team. Y'all think y'all think this man about to just give up, just hand his throne to the man down the hall? Come on, man.
I chose the Lakers, Lo. I chose the Lakers.
Listen.
What throne?
No, man.
You know don't do that. King James, man.
What
King
throne?
James.
He didn't win the championship.
The chosen one. The chosen one. What you mean?
What throne?
The chosen one.
What throne?
He was hurt. LeBron was hurt.
So ain't no throne.
Listen.
Ain't no throne.
That's fine.
Ain't no throne. Look, you talking about like he just came off a chip.
I just feel like the Lakers don't have enough role players, man.
Okay,
listen. So you can't say throne.
Hey,
don't say
will
throne.
be a problem.
Unless he got the chip.
That's it.
Bitch will be a problem.
Man,
It's just like how all this shit that came to bite the Warriors in their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like they was top heavy, and when all the motherfuckers is gone, like them niggas is fucking trash, dog.
Nah.
Like, they got the Golden State, like
Warriors had a bench. Warriors had a bench.
No, they couldn't afford nobody. They was just top heavy. What you saying?
Had a bench?
No.
All right.
They niggas ain't had no fucking bench. What's gonna be crazy is the motherfuckers win the fucking lottery. That's the shit that's gonna be crazy.
And get another guard?
Oh my
God. Oh, they might. I mean, James. What's the dude? James. What's the name?
So, hey, fellas, I got a question.
Memphis.
Yeah.
What was up with Levine getting benched? What was that about?
Man, listen.
That don't mean nothing.
We can talk.
That don't mean nothing. He dropped 49 last night.
He told 49 in the
game winner.
I'm genuinely asking because I didn't understand what happened with him and the coach.
Don't nobody care.
They were saying they were saying that he didn't. They said that he didn't make. He made like 3 like ill-advised defensive plays, and
that was the same night he dropped 49, right?
No, that was the night before.
No, different game. Different game. Fake
before.
news. Be cool. Fake news.
I'm asking.
All right, so
Dale News.
Be cool, man. Be cool.
Bullshit.
So can we transition?
Let's transition.
Let's sports talk.
All right, yeah. Last part of the last part we got going for news, man. What y'all got about Tua? We want to know did Bama do wrong by Tua?
Yes, they did.
No. We have to let Mylo go first since his team is the baghead of the fucking league right now, and they've been tanking for that nigga, and he been pushing for Tua. So, Mr. Hodges, go ahead, Mr. Hodges, give us your insight. Stephen.
Actually, we balling for Burrow right now.
I
know. Cincinnati Bungles have now traded their pick for Tua.
We don't need nothing. We don't need no problems, no injuries. We going for Burrow, a nice stern quarterback who gonna take us to the promised land.
Right.
But no, I'll just decide. Like I know we talked about it on the via text message, little chat or whatever. I mean, really, I feel bad for the young man, but you know, from where I'm here, he wanted to stay in the game, did a little 2-minute drill, and try to figure it out.
Do you blame Nick Saban?
Yes.
Hold on. Do I gonna blame the coach? I would say they was up 20-something. I mean, he was still in the game, fourth quarter. Yeah, I would say that.
It was the first quarter, bro. Right? This was like the first quarter. They was up like 30 points.
Was it the first quarter?
It was like first or second quarter, bro.
It was the second.
It wasn't even halftime yet.
It was like 3 minutes before the halftime.
Listen, man.
That's right. You're right.
This is my take on it. You Alabama.
He got Derek.
Hold on, man. You Alabama, right? You roll tide. You the defending champ. You this, you that. You can't beat Ole Miss without Tua. You can't let this man sit down for a game.
They just put up 38 on Saturday.
Ohio State, our players ain't played a whole game the whole season. You know what I'm saying? You can't let this dude sit out because he hurt. He ain't been healthy for weeks. That's terrible. That's another description and example of we're going to use you up while we have you. Because the thing is, they've been listening to the polls and the committee. Alabama hasn't played no real competition. We haven't doing this. So they got to keep him in to try to get
run the score up.
To try to do this, to run the score up. And this is your man. And he hurt. He wasn't healthy in the LSU game.
The dude he'd been nursing a high ankle sprain for weeks. He missed the game.
For weeks. You can't beat Ole Miss without Tua. But you Alabama, right? And you can't beat Ole Miss.
Jay, I ain't even mad that he started. But the moment that you up 25 points,
take him out.
Take the dude out the game. He's hurt.
We had our starters in at Rutgers in the second half. Have a seat. Have a seat. We got this. You ain't got no confidence in your players? Ole Miss?
That makes me pull up. They don't care nothing about this. This dude's
at all.
This dude's draft future is in jeopardy now. No more number one pick. Like, nobody going to take you as no number one pick.
Protect your players, man. Of course, any player is going to want to play. Protect him.
Hold on, real quick. It's funny you said something about the draft because Colin, man, the real Colin, the real Colin, he said it's actually probably a good thing that Mr. Tua won't be going, first or second anymore because, now you can go to a decent team and really develop rather than going, to my organization or to the Dolphins where,
That's very admirable to say, Lo. That's very admirable for you to say.
So it might be a good thing for him, but I do hope he had that Lord of London on deck to tell you that.
Gee, how much time we got left?
We got 7 minutes before we got to transition. But listen, here's one thing. Nobody going to talk about the post-game interview with Saban, dog.
Yeah, man.
He didn't get 2 fucks, man.
Yeah, he really did.
He didn't get 2 fucks. He was like, well, this is his face. Well,
oh, my God.
Man.
He
got hurt. Next man up.
We run a 2-minute drill before. We was just trying to work on some things, but God bless the young man and his family. But,
the young man.
That's kind of sad.
The young man.
That's kind of bad for him. But
and meanwhile, Nick, look, Nick be two-stepping. He be two-stepping while he recruiting on these motherfucking young 18-year-olds though.
But
$10 million
like that, bro. If you recruiting like that, bro, I'm not sending my motherfucking kids to him, bro.
Listen. Exactly. This is first-hand information, right? Kid around the corner that live around the corner from me, go to St. Thomas Aquinas. Down here, big school down here, right? Been in sports, knocking cats' heads off for years. Nick Saban comes to the school on a helicopter, lands on the grounds of the school in a helicopter and walks to school looking for these fucking recruits, bro. These cats don't care. This dude makes $10 million to coach a college football team. This is unbelievable to me. $10 million?
Highest paid employee in Alabama.
And then we got a kid that's out because this cat got an $11,000 loan or some shit from somebody.
Ain't that some shit? Motherfucker.
Man, don't get me started on this.
NCAA.
Since we got so let's transition off of Tua for a minute. We got a couple minutes left for the Buckeye fans here. What's y'all predictions for next week?
That's easy.
Let me get down. Of course y'all got them winning, but what y'all got the spread being? What y'all think the score gonna be?
You know what? To be honest, I actually think all jokes aside, Michigan's been playing good as of the last 5 weeks. I actually think it's gonna be just like the game against Penn State. I really do.
Stop it.
No, I do.
I agree with that.
Crush them.
Good. They got good defense. They got 2 NFL prototype receivers, and they got a good defense. And Shea Patterson, I don't know what he did. He went to the Wiz, the Wizard of Oz or something, or did something, but he didn't found his way to play quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a rivalry game, and it's at home. They at home.
Right.
And they're motivated.
Jay's
They
right.
haven't beat Michigan. They haven't beat Ohio State in years. It's gonna
Wait
be
a
a
minute.
close game.
And
Is
y'all
that the
haven't
big house?
and y'all haven't been tested all season, I feel like, dog.
Exactly.
So
Penn State.
y'all-
Right. Penn State
Penn
was
State
a
was our
test.
first real test.
Yeah.
And then I agree with
but y'all
Jay.
handled them.
Jay is first of all, Jay is Mr. Ohio State. So I do agree with that, you know, his assessment. Like, I feel like it's gonna be a tough match, but I feel like we probably should win by 3 or 4, but we only gonna probably win by 2 touchdowns.
Yep. My prediction,
Paul.
34, 34, 28. Final.
That's admirable. But I got a question. Lowe been an Old State fan all this time?
I'm a homie.
Waves. That boy Lowe be on the waves, boy.
I fooled Old State.
Hey, Lowe.
I fooled Old
UC.
State, man.
You said you fool with Old State? You fool with us a little bit?
Your wife,
Yeah,
your wife, a Bearcat though.
She a Bearcat. She a Red Hawk. I mean, she live with everything, man.
How do you mix a bear with a cat, though?
Hey, we go
Good
back
question.
to the topic earlier. Bearcat.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Way down in the jungle deep.
I got a quick question for y'all, real quick. Do y'all think the Heisman is really an award for the best quarterback in the country?
Not no more.
Why can't
Yeah, it
Chase
is.
Young win the Heisman? This dude is a monster, dog.
Not no
Nigga,
more.
He's a game record.
He the fucking predator, dog.
He is.
Did you see him against that Penn State game? I mean,
God,
the commentator literally was saying right before the play started, if they don't double team him, he's going to get to the quarterback. And he literally every time got to the quarterback. It was
every time.
And he's a man amongst boys, dog. That motherfucker's something. He's a fucking animal.
Hey,
He's a predator,
man. How big is it? What, he like 6'8" or some shit?
dude. That motherfucker's fucking giant.
Pause.
5, 6, 6.
Come on, man.
6'6".
Anyway, hey, man, I ain't gonna front.
Is this
I mean,
a
as
tune
we-
off or are we coming back on? Because we got less than a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
gotta
so,
come back.
We got one more.
This has been brought to you by Casamigas Tequila.
Hey.
No.
And-
Partida.
Partida.
Tequila Blanco.
And the bald pussy. The bald pussy.
Hey, look,
The Bearcat.
and right now,
Jungle.
Green Bay is getting an orgy.
Getting
And I love it.
Boy, they getting that
They
ass
getting waxed like
busted.
Jason,
Man.
like Jason's bald eagle. Like he
Right.
like that
Man.
bald eagle.
They look like that pussy that I like right now.
Wax.
Hey,
Man,
and on that note, we'll
they
be right
getting
back.
waxed.
On that note, we'll be right back.
That's
I'll let
funny.
Let me tell you something, cuz.
Yo,
I am barbecue chicken right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
boy,
I'm about to pour me another motherfucking glass at that.
nigga.
Hornitos.
I'm about to go fill up.
Reposado.
Dale, you made it
Hey,
through a whole
cuz.
glass. You made it through a glass.
Hey, cuz. We hooped last week though.
It's my second glass too.
We did hoop last week.
Hey,
We
Please,
hooped,
what's
though.
that? What's that
Second
green
glass.
shit you drinking, dog? You on mute, man.
Incredible Hulk.
Man, that nigga
Mute, man.
drinking
You
some.
on mute.
You on
He
mute?
drinking some
Drunk.
shit. He drink-
That's how drunk he is.
That nigga drinking
drinking
that Boone's
Cisco.
Farm.
Nah,
He drinking
he drinking
that Mad
Cisco.
Dog.
Am I still on mute?
No,
Oh,
I'm
we
good.
hear you.
I put just a little bit of limeade in it because I can't drink this shit like Nas. Nas be drinking that shit warm and hot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I gotta
listen.
have ice in
Listen,
that.
I gotta slow down, man. I bought 2 bottles on Friday.
God
Hey,
damn.
Nas. Hey,
Can't
Stan,
tell you how many I got left.
hey, I'm still trying to come to the MIA on
Bring
that
it.
weekend, 21st, bro.
Bring it.
Go for
The
it.
21st of what?
December.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I copped
shit.
I copped a little deal on my Southwest account. I had to use them points I've been building up.
Hey.
Hold on, man. The 21st.
No, you ain't coming
Come-
on the 21st, Sans. No, not the 21st. You told me the week before that. I'm gonna be in Detroit. On that
Oh yeah.
21st.
The week before. Yeah, you're right.
The week before, the 14th.
Yeah.
What
Man, Geno was laughing.
happened? What happened?
He was gonna be in Miami by himself.
That nigga was gonna be at the airport looking for somebody to get him to my crib.
That's okay. It ain't like I can't get into nothing.
Hey, I can tell you one thing though, Jay.
Fact.
There's somebody in this. There's somebody in this group that if they
edited
did go
it.
to Miami by themselves, they'd be just fine.
I'll be good.
We got to get to the Brotherhood Smoke topic. Brotherhood Smoke topic of today is The Banker. The Banker, good movie. It was original Apple film that was going to be premiered, starring Anthony Mack, Samuel L. Jackson, talking about a young brother, well, not a young brother, but talking about a brother back in the day who had a business going. He was going to be heavy into real estate, and he was having a white man being the front person for it. And I think it was going to be a great film. It was going to speak about financial literacy, talking about the black man's grind back in the day in the midst of all of the civil rights and segregation and all of that shit. And it got shelved because the brother got Me Too. Apparently, not him, but not the man that the main character of the movie was talking about, but it was about his son who allegedly had been sexually abusing his half sisters. He had been assaulting or basically, I'm not sure, but sexually assaulting his half sisters. Both. It's like it is really layered. I mean, first I hate it when they describe these incidents that happen as like sexual assault. That's so fucking vague. Like, you know what I'm saying? It should be levels to like you just said, you grab somebody's ass, like that's sexual assault. Or you touch their breast, that's sexual assault. Like that shouldn't be in the same conversation of, you know what I'm saying, like motherfucker put my dick in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Or I raped somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that I don't feel like that should those are two totally different wavelengths. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. And then two, the thing that I don't like about the Me Too is that I'm with you. If you had something that's legitimate that happened, then hey, God bless you, speak your truth, get what's yours, yada yada yada. I don't like the Me Too's when it's not legitimized. You know what I'm saying? Like when you just kind of doing it to get you a payday, and you know what I'm saying? Like and you really out here lying. And the shit that you talking about didn't really happen because you taken away from the real victims. So it's real complicated. But in this sense, I think that it means something that she's been kind of on this campaign for a while. From what I read, she's been talking about her experience and, you know, her being raped or whatnot years ago. And once she got wind that this story was coming out, then she started, you know, hey, me too, me too, me too. And it got pulled. So, you know, at the same time, I think that this movie could have did a lot. It could have spread a really good message. But, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, man, like, you know, if the Me Too was legit, you know, he gotta go. You know, I think I would be singing a different song if it wasn't legitimized. But since it was, in my opinion, I feel like it's legit from what I know so far. You gotta pull it.
Well, when I guess I'm 30 going on 38 now. SAG season, G. We up, baby. So it's weird because the older I get, I kind of put it back to, you know, growing up, things happen in my past that, you know, that I can really reflect on now. So when the Me Too movement hits, you can never know when something's going to be triggered in your life where it's going to really affect you. Say, like, I mean, you know, a sexual assault, that, you know, we'll say rape or things like that. You know, a woman may not, you know, the next day, the next year, you know, it may not affect them. It may come down to where they're being intimate with a man, you know, 5 years down the line, and it's like, oh, you had that flashback. So I don't really think I mean, statute of limitations. I don't totally agree with. I mean, it should have that, but I don't like it when you see somebody leveling up. Then that's when you want to. That's when you want to assassinate their character. Like, well, nah. Let me go after this man now because he has a deal now, or you're saying he's getting married, or he signed his contract. No, you need to take care of that before you see a level up. So, but I don't really think there's ever statute of limitations or something like that. And people get triggered by things at certain times, but it should have to be for someone here to level up for you to be affected by that shit. But
hey man, I feel like
I'll go up to you, G.
I think we're all on the same boat. Hopefully, I can speak for everybody when I say we want. If someone is guilty of it, we want them to be held accountable for it, right? Can I play devil's advocate when it comes to the last point that Lo made about it coming out when somebody's leveling up, which I agree, but maybe the voice wasn't big enough then. Maybe the platform wasn't big enough then for that person to be heard or to action to be taken care of. I mean, taken in that situation. But now the person that they're going against has a bigger platform. Now it's echoed a little bit louder because of what's happening for that person at the time. You get what I'm saying?
But what's the end goal, though?
Well, I mean, if they basically, I think, in my opinion, from on the outside looking in, it looks like they shouldn't be able to be influencers or influence people that they were good people, right? Or they were doing so much positive when they had these demons or these dark secrets in the closet. That's what I think.
But ain't that like?
I think what she was trying to say though. I think she was trying to say that they left a fraction of that man's story out of the movie.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say the same thing, Dale. That's what it is.
But that's American history. That's history.
No. But what
right.
I'm saying is,
most great men in American history have something missing.
Because I also have to play devil's advocate because you got to understand her position.
Oh, shit.
Because if in fact this stuff was actually true, that she was abused, her sister was abused, and all of this other stuff, this nigga wasn't telling the story like the way that it should be. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. And it's a part of the story. So if you're going to tell the story, tell the story. And I think that was her biggest thing. Not the fact that he did that, but it's like, oh, you're going to really come out with a story, but you're going to leave that part out?
But here's the thing.
But it wasn't his. It
was not his story because let's say for instance, Fears, I come to you and I don't know you personally. I just know all the great things and positives about you, and I'm the writer. I'm coming in you to highlight all things that are positive that I know about, that most people will say about you because they also don't know the dark secrets about you. So we're gonna write that story. Now if it's something that's being public, you know what I'm saying, or somebody else are contrary to what you're gathering, then you gotta add that.
I mean, it's the same as this cast, right? Right? I mean, there's going to be some things that you're going to want edited out because you don't want everybody to know. Does that mean that you ain't a stand-up dude? No, it's just some things you ain't necessarily want everybody to know. You don't want the world to know.
I'm sorry, because I wanted to see, because it talked about class system, it talked about financial literacy. I was interested in that. I mean,
I was too.
I'm not trying to discount what she talking about, but I feel let down.
My thing is always, what's the end game? Okay, so like I understand what Geno said, like, that they shouldn't be able to profit off, but that's what I mean. Life is literally founded on men doing heinous things and moving the needle forward. Like if we got to take everybody away who's done something bad, then nobody has nothing to write about history. Like none of us will be written in history.
Hey, check this, Nas. I mean, and y'all president a predator. He on wax being a predator.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's what I mean. Like until we gonna galvanize it all. Like really, like the president of the United States is talking about grabbing him by the pussy, and he still got the job. But yet, like this, now we can go back 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, however long it is.
He's a white man that's rich. Sorry, but they have.
I just don't know what that
side is.
I don't believe that men should
ever. No.
I want to make this clear because I know that like the way that I'm saying what I'm saying, I don't want anybody. I don't believe that any man should violate a woman ever. Period. End of story.
Straight up.
Ever. And what I'm saying is a lot of people, men and women, have been violated in their times in life. And if you had dealt with that 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, my only question is, what is you coming forward now? What is the end game? What do you
the level up? The level up. Like
you want money? You want people to know your name? You want people to know that you struggle? What is it?
I hear you. And that's the only. I mean, because I don't want to be insensitive when it comes to this woman's past and however she was traumatized or whatnot. But I really feel like the bigger picture with this, and maybe I'm just being selfish, I don't know. But the bigger picture with this is that this was a movie that had a real message, man. Like we don't, as a people, financial literacy, we don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for you to put that message out there on that type of platform, it really could have changed some shit. It could have inspired some people. It could have drove some people to get out here and know what it's about.
That's facts, man. That's facts, though. But remember, we living in a society that's hypersensitive. So
clearly, I mean, and they blew it. They blew it. So
man.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Next topic. This segment is called The Hymn. And I'm gonna start. I'm gonna kick this off to Lo because he was the most passionate about it. But the subject for this topic is going to be my dark, twisted fantasy. There was a poll that came out sometime this week about the albums of the decade, and they gave Kanye album of the decade. My dark, twisted fantasy. Lo, go in. What you think?
Man. First off, that's huge. I mean, I never know they gave her awards like that, album of the decade. But I totally disagree in that. I mean, Kanye the old Kanye is a great artist. I mean, the old Kanye, hands down, a great artist. But I can't really see giving him that album. Maybe I forgot what website actually put that on there. I mean, because my first question is, was it our website or was it? You said their website. Was this a pop thing? So we really need to fact check to see who actually put it out there first and foremost. And I believe I'm the one who actually posted that. But and I was just really just a troll meme, to be honest with you. But I can't see it, man. Album of the decade to me, great album. I'm saying by a guy who used to be a great MC. I don't know who he is now. I mean, a reverend, a president. I mean, I don't know what he is, but not album of the decade.
That sounds like bias. That sounds like you a hater. That sounds like you got some Chicago hate in you. So I'm just gonna keep it funky. The greatest album of this decade was my Twisted Dark Fantasy. That was the hardest album.
Hey G, can I ask you a question?
That was the hardest album of the decade?
When I'm talking about, when I say hard, because let's not talk tough. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying hard as far as composing. I'm talking about you got the Nicki verse on there.
I mean, and listen, I listened to the whole album before we started this podcast, and there's about 4 songs that I could easily pass up on that joint.
As the most what is it, layman person in the group about albums and music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is this album across all genre of music? Is it rap? Is it pop? I mean, what was
Thank you.
It's a good question.
That's what I want to know.
This was a musical masterpiece, bro.
No.
But I agree. What is this, hip hop or R&B or pop or whatever?
When they came out,
it's hip hop.
They grouped everything
Hip-hop,
together.
Hold on, let me tell you why. Because y'all interrupted me. Let me tell you my reason why. First of all, I disagree with Nas. It may be one song or two songs that you skip. It's not 4. It's definitely not 4.
It's at least 3.
First of all, it's not 4. Then you got the music arrangement.
That's not my question, though.
Hold on. But I still wanted to make my point first before you got to your question. So
Gotcha.
I'm telling you why this is the greatest album of this decade. The reason why it's the greatest album of this decade is because the artwork, the music arrangement, you got the features on it, and the verses on it, and the cultural impact or musical impact at the time that they came out, bro. Name a better album.
Let me go down the track list real fast. Dark Twisted Fantasy. K Dot was, I think, number 3. Okay, 2.
Had more cuts on it, and production was ridiculous.
Hold on,
listen
to this track. Listen to the track list though. Dark Fantasy,
J. Cole,
Gorgeous, Power, All of the Lights, Monster, So Appalled, Devil in the New Dress, Runaway, Hell of a Life, Blame Game.
Blame Game. Listen,
hey man, that shit was.
All of these videos.
That's true.
On fucking masterpiece cinematically filmed.
Nobody talking about no videos.
No, I'm talking about
no videos. I'm talking about hip hop, bro. I'm talking about the music itself.
This motherfucker was classic.
I ain't talking about no videos. I'm talking about
classic and album of the decade, 2 different things. But All the Lights was that shit. Though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, real quick.
Oh no, it's some heat on here, dog.
To Pimp the Butterfly to me is a better album than Twisted Dark Fantasy.
And I thank you for that, for explaining. But my question was, what was this album up against? Is this up against other rap albums? Was this up against other pop albums? What was the category that this was with how they found it?
Hey,
fact checker.
This was
somebody fact check.
Hold on.
Let me finish, me. Hold on. The best album of the decade against all genres, bro.
Oh wow. Okay.
Go ahead.
So even with I'm gonna disagree again because I still think that D'Angelo's album was probably the best album of the decade. If you
which one?
The last one.
Stop, D'Angelo. Stop.
If you're gonna if you're talking about all genres,
D'Angelo Russell.
Hold on.
Telling you, I know music, buddy.
Hold on, y'all. Look.
Drake.
Hold on. My Twisted Dark Fantasy came out what year?
That nigga said D'Angelo Russell.
What year?
I would guess 11, but let me look it up.
It's 2010.
I'm close.
I'm saying if you gonna just be tossing shit out there, bro.
Close.
It came
out D'Angelo. Last album though.
So wait a minute. It came out 2010. Hey, tell me, hey, Lo.
And he said he know music, Lo.
Hey, Lo, give me a fact check right quick.
What you mean, bro?
Hey, look. Tell me when What a Time to Be Alive came out.
Man.
What is
nigga said D'Angelo Russell.
Hey, bro, look.
I can't stop laughing. Stop, man.
Hold on.
Hey, hold on.
What a Time to Be Alive. What a Time to Be Alive? You talking about?
With Drake and Future. When they come out?
Man.
Stop it.
That nigga got my stomach hurt.
No, you can't even put that in the same drive. You can't put that in the same car with Kanye as far as album, bro.
What a Time to Be Alive?
No, you cannot.
Jumpman.
Are you serious?
Fuck out of here, man.
So D'Angelo was more ridiculous than this nigga shit, huh?
Yeah, that's more ridiculous right there.
That was more ridiculous than this nigga just said?
At least D'Angelo's an artist, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying. This nigga created some for real art. This nigga talking about some Future?
Back up. Drake and Future, What a Time to Be Alive.
Oh, I know what you want to do. You want to go? Pops want to go to the club. He want to go to the club.
No, ain't no club.
That's what he want to do.
No, you put that in the deck. That shit go.
Man, I'm putting to pimp the butterfly. Song for song up against Kanye's joint.
I can fuck with that, but not. Come on, man. What a time to be alive. Stop it.
J. Cole ain't do nothing special. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Forestville.
He did, but I'm just saying. I told y'all
wait,
before. I like J. Cole.
Wait.
Forestville Drive.
Wait a minute, back up. Y'all mean tell me What a Time to Be Alive is garbage?
I mean, if you keep saying it, it ain't gonna get no more clear.
Bruh, you cannot put that in the same. Talking about album of the decade, man. What are you talking about, man?
Hey, hold on. No, first we got.
Stop.
We still gotta address D'Angelo though. Is he still?
Hey, listen. Whoa. Wait, if you're talking about albums together, if you ain't talking about just hip hop, I mean, if you ain't heard it, that's art right there, bro.
Nah,
that album was art.
Bruh, I'm a Wu-Tang head. Rissa had some shit on Twisted Dark Fantasy, but it ain't no album of the decade, dog.
My nose running.
Thank you, man.
But listen, if you talk about some shit that's decade changing, What a Time to Be Alive with Drake and Future?
No.
Are y'all?
You said it again, and I keep telling you,
Mylo.
keep saying it. Y'all diminish that even more, bro.
No.
That shit, boy, shut the fuck up with that, man.
Man, y'all crazy.
Hey,
These niggas laughing at my fucking D'Angelo, and I'm telling you, I'm laughing at your shit. Straight up.
Man, look. My Twisted Dark Fantasy is all right. It's all right. But it ain't no album of the decade.
I'm not giving that album of the decade. I'm sorry.
Hell no.
Pablo was better
no.
than my Time to Be Alive,
shit.
bro.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, man. Y'all biased, man. Y'all on that old.
We not. I'm not, dog. I don't care. Listen.
Hey.
Fuck Kanye, man.
Kanye right now is in concert. Hey,
That Yeezy shit was garbage.
Kanye is live on title right now.
Twisted Dark Fantasy was alright.
On title
Hey.
Other shit,
now.
that shit was alright.
Hey,
Fuck
Nash,
outta
for the
here with
record,
that shit, man.
I love that D'Angelo Vanguard shit though. I
That's
love
what I'm talking about.
that shit was hard, but Mylo is just stupid, man. Oh, that nigga is just.
I ain't say Future.
I ain't
say Future.
Oh, look. Hey, y'all can hate on Future if y'all want though. Hey, Low.
Dirty Sprite. Look, Dirty Sprite 1 was better than my what's his name, bro?
Future come from the Dungeon family, so get your Future facts right,
bro.
Y'all get the hold on. Can we get the fuck out? Get Future the fuck out of here about some greatest album. Get the fuck out of here. Man. That nigga don't talk about shit.
You can't use the word great and Future in the same sentence.
But hold on, okay. So hold on. So
really?
Hey, the Pluto shit used to go though. That shit was classic.
Thank you later, man.
Thank you later.
He talking about What a Time to Be Alive and
Thank you later.
D'Angelo and
y'all tripping, man.
I slick.
Who you say, Figs? You said something. What you say?
I said Future.
Redman. You said Redman album.
What decade we talking about? What decade we talking about, bro?
The last 10 years.
The last 10 years.
2009 till now. 2009 to now.
Like I said,
this is crazy.
Look, Dreezy and motherfucking Future put out the hottest
damn
shit
it, you said
in
it again.
2015, nigga. I told y'all.
Mute this nigga.
Y'all niggas tripping, man.
Geno,
Y'all
mute this
niggas
motherfucker,
tripping,
man.
Y'all niggas tripping, man.
I think he feel like if he say the name of who was on the album
Low,
again, that'll just make it.
and Low know what I'm talking about. He know what I'm talking about. He know what I'm talking about.
Jumpman.
In the club. You talking about
Jumpman?
All right, so where's the vote? Where's the vote at? Who believes that the Kanye's album is the best of the decade?
Come on, man.
Where's the vote at?
Y'all
Best of the decade, Kanye.
I can't remember all the albums of the decade, but Dark Twisted Fantasy was hard as fuck.
Geno,
ain't no denying.
Dale,
y'all
yes
some
or no?
Kanye biased motherfuckers, man.
Dale, yes or no?
I'm not.
I'll say no.
Kanye,
But
man.
I
So Geno, yes?
Can't say no.
Weird ass nigga,
No,
man.
can't say no if you ain't got no goddamn debate. If you don't got no album, then what's better than that?
I told you what was better than that.
The Carters.
D'Angelo?
No.
Hey, no. But to be honest, I like Watch the Throne better than Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, hold up. Was that
2011.
Ooh.
I like Watch the
I
Throne.
said to Pimp a Butterfly. I put Pimp a Butterfly up
Watch
against
the
Twisted
Throne
Dark
was
Fantasy.
Watch the Throne was 10 times better than What a Time to Be Alive.
That's true.
God,
Salute. That's
They
facts
killed me,
though.
man.
That's facts though.
Yo, are these niggas crazy?
Geno, let me ask you this: Was Watch the Throne better than D'Angelo Russell?
Y'all some Jay and Kanye biased motherfuckers, man.
Yeah,
I swear to God, Joe. Y'all niggas ain't got no respect for the South at all.
So wait a minute, no, for real. So Kendrick Lamar, Pimp the Butterfly ain't better than whatever y'all do.
Where did D'Angelo come from though? Like,
y'all crazy, Joe.
Hey, me, say the name of that. Who was on that album one more time?
I said Drake and Future.
Drake and Future.
Drake and Future.
Stop
the
it.
two highest grossing motherfuckers in the decade.
Stop it.
How about that?
Views for the 6.
How about that?
Views for the 6.
Hey, I mean, one more time. Who was on that album? I can't remember who was on that.
I said Drake and Future.
Y'all niggas, man.
Okay.
Y'all
look,
niggas. Comedy, dog.
Look, when we all together again, and any motherfucking song come off that motherfucking album, I swear
I'm playing D'Angelo off rip.
Again, you talking about
I'm playing Vanguard off rip.
You talking about again?
Vanguard is a vibe.
I'm playing that off rip.
Vanguard is a
As soon as I
vibe.
see y'all niggas, I'm putting D'Angelo on.
Damn.
Let's move on.
Man, y'all tripping. That shit.
D'Angelo Russell?
Pass it. Shut up, man.
That boy got beat.
Oh, shit.
That boy D'Angelo
All
Russell got beat.
Man, pass it down, man. Pass it down. Best pledge movie. I'm going on mute. Best pledge memory. God damn. Best pledge memory. Pass it down.
I'm going first. I'm going first.
We got 7 minutes. Keep it short. Let's go.
Quick. Best pledge memory is coming through when we were about to be introduced to the yard, coming through the Union, locked up, coming from up on the hill. We get to the Union. They open up that door, and that heat from the Union is just washing over us.
God,
and you can just feel the energy in that fucking place waiting for us to come out. That's definitely my best moment.
I gotta second that. We started off at the King Science, and we was lining up. Damone was there, you know, the other older bros there, you know, Big Tone, South, everybody.
A burning on the hill.
When we came from the King Science, we couldn't quite see the Union yet. From the top of the hill, dog, you could see people in the Union standing up through the window, waiting for us.
Wow.
Waiting. Wow. Damone got in front of us and started that ALPHAPHI. And we went down that hill, and it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? They was smacking our lips with the ape shit. Like Nas said, we thought they was smacking us and shit in our lips, like, stick that lick out, you apes, right? Dude, when we opened the door to the Union, I have never, ever seen the Union so packed in my life, dog. It was so hot.
The entire school.
So many people. Everybody was in the Union for this shit, dog. Listen, and I looked over and I seen my nigga Mean, because Mean should have been with us. If y'all don't know this shit, Mean should have been with us. The nigga had a 2-6, so he couldn't be with us. But the nigga should have been with us. You know what I'm saying? I seen him. Dog, it was so packed. We had them black and gold tuxedos on, dog. That shit was crazy. People was sitting on shit that you ain't supposed to sit on, dog.
Damn.
That shit was crazy.
Facts.
Damn. What about
That
you?
Crazy.
That's dope, man. What about you, man?
I'll pass for now. Come back to me.
All right. We got 4 minutes. So I'll keep it short and sweet. Right off the top of my head, because I think we should probably keep this segment going. I really like this. I think I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna be like being in the moment, in the process, and just like pulling up to UD and having that last second talk before we go in. Like
that's my worst moment, nigga.
I mean, for me, that was a time that truly gave me my sense. You know what I'm saying? Those are the moments, and I remember seeing the look on their faces and the transition. So let's go in there. We together. Don't matter fucking what. We together. And coming into that basement and hearing that motherfucking big timers or that DMX.
Woo! Come on, man. Relax.
Feezy, yo, and Feezy be like, boys ready? Huh? Classic, baby. All right. Pass the mic. Pause.
Shit. I think I'm about to say when we crossed Facebook night, down at UC. It's like I guess it was one of the reflections where like, damn, you know, it's you and your sayings, you know, all these different bros you never seen before, and that's the first time I met Myron Brown, saying my cousin, like, you know what I'm saying. I told him my name, and I'm a namesake of my father. And he said, Mylo Hodges. He said, your pops, da-da-da-da. I said, yes, sir. He said, man, you my cousin. I said, wow, okay. And like, just out of respect that, you know, said Myra had from all the bros, man, was pretty wild. But I would say and we just kicked it. I mean, like, we hit our shit. Even you see bros like, man, y'all tight, man. Like, just all the respect, just dapping us up. You know what I mean? Like, y'all official, man. We sat in that cut. We did our thing, and you know, we was out. But I say that was a wonderful night for me and my Sands, for sure.
Go ahead, Dale.
Shit, man, y'all motherfuckers, y'all put too much value on the process. And the best part about pledging for me was finishing. So probably that's my best memory by default is motherfucking getting out of that shit. But I probably say like the most memorable time, man, was just like what G said, man. I don't remember the UD house. I don't know what that shit looked like. But I can tell you that goddamn 1492 was a motherfucking that shit was like a house, like that shit was like some shit out of a scary movie. We would pull up to that motherfucker and we would say the Lord's Prayer every morning. I mean, like in the driveway, bond, connect right there, because we know once we went in that motherfucker, it was an out of body kind of experience. So, you know, yeah. best memory was finishing 4204.